Hi guys, so in this part I'll explain a little bit about objects. VBA is an object-oriented programming language. What does that mean? So let's say you want to talk to a robot and a robot does not know, you don't speak the same language. You would need to adjust to it. And in this case, you already have the robot, it's pre-programmed, so you need to learn its language. Now, this type of language that it's using is object-oriented programming. That means is that when you're creating sentences to tell the robot, you would need the noun and the verb. So what do you want to do is the verb, and who do you want to do it to? Well, that's more of direct object, but more of who does the action, right? So you're gonna need a way to reference something out of something. So, your reference to something, and then you'll tell VB to do that, whatever thing you'd like it to do, change color, transform, turn into a giraffe or whatever, right? Okay, so but when we're discussing objects, you have to know how to reference, and how to reference objects, you should know its hierarchy. Okay, so think about it this way. um, Everything is an object. Okay, that blew my mind. I'm gonna use this chart from Excel object chart that JPEG from www.excel-spreadsheet.com, and they're showing us what is this, like an org tree. Okay, so this will tell you how objects are in their hierarchy. You can select an application. An application is an object. It is a set of commands. It's an environment that can run objects. And in this case, the Excel specifically can open workbooks. A workbook is an object environment that can open worksheets. Okay, and then each worksheet has ranges, and worksheets and ranges are also objects. Contrary to popular belief, a cell is not really an object. It's actually a collection of this and this. It's a range. So when I say um, range B and 2, that's that cell. But I don't refer to it as a cell. Okay, and then besides that, each range or each cell has its own object inside it. It could be its font, its border, its interior, its value, its size, its conditional formatting, its formula. You get its value. That's what objects are within Excel. Now, you can do a lot of things with VBA. That's why by default, VBA is disabled from Windows. You can work with other applications. So let's say you want this to your chart to automatically go to a website. You can do that. Or if you want it to get something from a website, you can do that. You can just specify that the application that you're working with is Internet Explorer, iExplore, or if you're using me, Chrome.exe. Or you can work within Chrome. Chrome is a different object environment, could run pages, just to simplify, right? So that's it about objects. Oh, another thing I missed is there's something that we call a fully qualified reference. Um, when we're referencing an item, just like in real life, when you want to call someone, you don't call them by their first name all of the time, or first name and last name all of the time. You don't call them by a whole name. So if I just want to go to this font, if I want to tell, this font, change it to brown, um, I can't always say look for Excel and go to it's a workbook, and it's on worksheet number sheet 1, and on this range, this cell. Okay, it could be the active cell, but like in any language, it's when you're using pronouns as opposed to the noun or the fully qualified reference. It has to be understood in context, and the robot has to be able to understand that. To eliminate any chances that you will confuse the robot, you should fully qualify everything that you need to fully qualify. Um, Alright, so that means that you can't always tell them that, okay, go to sheet 1, and then, okay, let's get an example. So I have values A1 here and B1. Okay. If I tell VBA, go here and change it to the value now, oh, sorry, change it to now, um, and I want it to do it here also, I have to tell it to go to this other item, go to this range C4. You can't just, put now everywhere. You have to reference it properly. Um, that's it. So those are objects, object hierarchy, and referencing. Okay, so we'll discuss a little bit more, a little bit further down the road.